Athens, Georgia is home to the Georgia Bulldogs. An amazing music scene. And Epting events. Just your average, everyday, family-owned catering company that travels all over the place. This is their story.
When you got a warehouse full of props, you tend to get into holidays. Up in Indie Memphis, Craig Brewer throws this insane Halloween party. Costumes, some weird venue. I'd love to be there, but this is Daniel's favorite holiday. I want to stick around, have a little family time. Then we'll do a little all-night drive and get up there.
You know, we've always had fun with Halloween. Daniel's loved it from the days of being in high school when he could scare the younger kids. We would build spook houses through the woods, and he missed it so much that he decided to do it at his house.
So last year was the Disenchanted Forest of Terror. And so now we're gonna up the ante, so I was like, man, fountains of blood. We'll see what happens.
You give Daniel a project like Halloween and he can go from 0 to 100 like that.
I got 2 hours to get it all done, and I'm getting more technical every year.
He's got the big fountains from down at the warehouse, the heads floating in the fountain, and he's got this mannequin sitting up in a wheelchair with this gas mask on it, and he's pumped blood coming out of the gas mask. I don't know what's in his brain.
There's a little Prodigy's daycare down the street. I just went and drained a bunch of children. I love Halloween.
I do too. People start crying, kids start crying.
Scaring the kids, good for his health. It gets his adrenaline going.
It's the marrow that makes it so good. It's the marrow in it.
By dusk, the kids are coming out. We throw a bunch of random stuff on as costumes, and Daniel starts doling out brains.
You want brains? Are they barbecued or roasted? Roasted and barbecued, sir. Fine question, fine question.
This was a great Halloween party this year. Daniel put together a fantastic thing. It's a great neighborhood with families, a lot of young people, all walks of life having a good time. Can't wait to see what he does next year, and it'll be bigger and better.
We just got done with the Halloween spook house at Daniel's in Athens. We've just found a brand new highway on the road to Memphis. The party's getting ready. Memphis is funky. It's eclectically southern, super creative. It's, well, it's weird. Okay, it's weird. So are we, so it's a pretty good fit. For the Indie Memphis parties, we partnered with Trisha Woodman, who is in the LCA group with us. Her family's got two great companies. One is a barbecue restaurant called Corky's, and the other is Simply Delicious, which does a range of catering events. We roll into town, but meet up with Trisha. But before we go get to work, we got some time. We need to get a little sidestep and go check out her barbecue restaurant.
My name is Trisha Woodman, and I'm the daughter of the founder, Don Peltz, of Corky's Barbecue here in Memphis, Tennessee. 3 businesses had failed here, but he was convinced that if he put an upscale barbecue restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee, with a drive-through window, he thought he was the most brilliant human ever. So his idea was having like linen napkins instead of the paper napkins, which all the barbecue joints here in Memphis had. He also wanted to have the brass rails, and kind of just like the music had to be upbeat and 50s and kind of cool, and
Right.
And our servers had to be have super duper smiles. When people come to Memphis, the first thing you have to do is you gotta listen to blues, go to Elvis, and eat barbecue.
You got Corky's, then you got the off-premise catering company, and then you also ship things.
Number one, we're also in grocery stores, Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, and all those kind of places. But we also ship on QVC. We're one of the biggest ones.
These guys and gals are serious entrepreneurs. So I've heard of cooking the books before, but at Corky's, they freeze the books. This is the accounting office. A freezer in the accounting office? Her dad had to been quite the character, but I guess it makes it good for inventory. Trisha took us on a tour of the kitchen, and this crew knows how to smoke. Ribs, chicken, Boston butts, and this food is on point. And then I hear they have catfish.
We won this year's best catfish in Memphis at our barbecue restaurant.
All right, can we put it in order for just a sample of that on
there?
there?
So you want catfish?
Yeah. Catfish, and I would love a hush puppy.
Hush puppy.
And then maybe a piece of pecan pie.
Pecan pie?
So I'm asking for hush puppies, catfish, pecan pie. That's after 2 meals.
This is our Delta.
This
Wonderful Southern catfish, the best.
Good, isn't it?
You got my vote.
Delicious pecan pie. Cairo pecan syrup. We've got the graham cracker crust on the bottom, roasted pecans on top.
After I had that pie, I had to track down the source.
When we first opened the restaurant, we started making these pies, and they were family recipes of mine.
Well, I read in the hallway back there, I mean, it was listed in Southern Living as one of the best Southern pies, and I don't know when that was.
Right, but I can't wait. But I can't give you the recipe.
Just whisper it to me.
No, I'm not going to.
Trisha's mom was a doll, and her dad must have been one lucky man.
It's a fun industry, and we're all so hyper that we fit right in with it. And my husband was crazy hyper and just loved every aspect of the restaurant business.
I would have really liked to meet her father. You got a real sense of why people loved him so much.
The best boss ever, hands down. And he believed in perfection, he believed in quality, and he just had a heart and soul for this. Good family to work for. This a home away from home, and it's from the heart. We get down to the festival and meet up with Eric Jambor. Eric's the executive director at Indie Memphis, who I worked with years ago at the Sidewalk Festival in Birmingham.
Eric Jambor, director of Indie Memphis. We focus on regional filmmaking from all corners of the country. Got a cool, unique location, do lots of cool, unique parties, and we're thrilled to be part of this. Indie Memphis has a couple of things going for it that makes it unique. One is Memphis is a really unique town. But what's really special is this tight footprint we've got. So it's these theatrical performing arts centers on one side. The other side is the Malco Theaters, it's a regional theater chain. They've got 5 screens, a little art house theater. In between are a dozen or so locally owned restaurants and shops. Yeah, this is a big day. You know, Saturday, Day of the Dead, film's running all the way till midnight, where we've just been screening stuff pretty much nonstop on 6 screens. Most of these filmmakers, when you're on the circuit all year long, you don't really want to see any more movies. You've already seen your movie, you've seen everybody else's movie. So it's about creating the space for people to network and connect, and that happens over food, happens over drinks. And so you want to make as many spaces and opportunities for that to happen as you can.
The theme for the night was from the cult movie Heathers, which is one of my favorite movies from those teenage years. The writer's gonna be here, the director's gonna be here.
Dan wrote the script when he was working in a video store in LA.
So we wanna incorporate that as much as we can into the theme of the party.
40 degrees by 5 o'clock.
So we're all voting it's gonna be too cold, right?
Even with those little umbrellas, you'd be having like all the filmmakers around, you know.
The plan was to have a party up on the roof, but plans change.
It got cold.
Right.
And so we knew it was going to be 32 degrees all week long, but until it actually gets there, you don't realize what that means. It's just numbers.
Right.
So we realized we can't do it on the roof. We moved it back in the inside environment.
Hey, does your daddy know how to make flowers grow back?
Well, the best thing that you... All right, here's your party flower hack. When the flowers are wilting, getting a little tired looking, pull them out, snip them at an angle, stick them back in fresh water, they're good to go. Earning my keep. Daddy, you'd be proud, wouldn't you?
This is one of my favorite lights from my own personal collection because you can adjust the timing with which the colors change, but also because it responds. Right? So if you get really out of hand and start yelling at your crew, you can go, hey, and make it change.
I dig these lights. I gotta get one of these for my bathroom, I should get one of these for my house. So at a party in between films, you got a short amount of time, you got a little amount of space, so you can't really have stations and buffets.
So we're doing everything past like really cool appetizers, but we thought we had to bring some Heather stuff into it. So we've got corn nuts all around, and then we've got red slushies.
Because everybody's standing around, they can't move around so much. This is a good time to do past hors d'oeuvres.
All right, for the first one we got is a aged New York strip. We have little zucchini, little inaki mushrooms, and carrots. And that's sitting on top of a miso pineapple glaze. The second one here is our gnocchi spoon. It's sitting on top of a wild mushroom ragu, and that's a local cherry tomato on top. Can't just eat this one.
All right, what do we got next?
This one here is our wonton cup. This is a Asian seared shrimp. Has a little pickled radish, pickled cucumber, and a sweet chili got street ground on top.
And I've had 3 of these outside. They're awesome. I'm
Last
a bacon
one,
lover,
you can't
man.
go wrong with bacon. So what we have here is a double smoked applewood smoked bacon with a mascarpone cream on a crispy crostini with a little tomato relish right on top. Ooh.
A film festival is about expression. It's about exploring the human condition through these stories, figuring out our own lives, looking at others, and seeing as a culture kind of who we are, and sometimes seeing other cultures that maybe we didn't even know existed.
This is a festival that's important. It's become important not just to Memphis, not just to the state, but to the whole country, as evidenced by Movie Maker magazine continually and consistently picking it as one of the coolest film festivals in the country.
I feel like an awards ceremony is not going to be the same without having a mariachi band.
No, and you know, when you can end with the mariachi band, your troubles are forgotten. You know, your victories are a thing of the past. It's now just about the band and the trumpet that's in your ear.
And the tequila. The tequila poppers is what we need next. What a great trip. Seeing people from old working days in other cities, new parties, seeing barbecue, movies, a mariachi band, Halloween. That's a pretty good weekend.
Cheers.
Cheers.